Enhancing your job search strategies is very key in your career progression. And in this video, we are going to be looking at what's more beneficial when it comes to job search. Is it your skills or your connections? My name is Mary Amondo. I'm in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And I'm joined by our CEO, Mr. Paminas, who will be shedding more light with regards to this topic. Karibu sana.
Thank you for having me, Mary.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we are looking at job search strategies.
Yeah.
And the question is, what is more beneficial when it comes to job search? What should we focus more on? Is it the skills or connections?
I would say both are equally important. Mm-hmm. For example, we get hired because of our skills and competencies. Mm-hmm. Because when the interviewer is sitting opposite you, in that boardroom, they're asking themselves, Mary, what can you bring to the table? So it could be you have PR, communication skills, video skills, digital marketing skills. Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't be having this conversation then if you didn't go through some form of training or you don't have experience. Mm-hmm. So skills are very important, skills and competence in that sense. But then again, one of the most effective form of job search is networking. Why? I don't know whether professionals knows this, but over 60% of jobs are never advertised. So these jobs are gotten through networks. So it's, for example, it's for you, Mary. If let's say here at Corporate Staffing, we are hiring an admin assistant. Most likely, if we don't want to spend money, if we don't want to go the way of advertising, we'll ask people to ask their friend to send their CVs. And you most likely talk to someone maybe someone in your neighborhood, someone you used to school with, someone who their brother or sister. So that's where networking comes in. And then you'll be able to refer this person. So the reason why networking works is because people want to do business with people they like and trust. So and that is why even today, if you want 1 million shilling, how would you go start dividing it? I'm sure I'll be like the 10th person. You'd start maybe with your family members, closest. If you have a son or daughter, you go to your parents, you go to your brothers and sisters, isn't it? So it's the same when it comes to careers. People want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. Yeah. So in the scheme of things, I would say you need the skills and networks. Yeah. But also, it depends with the level that you are at, Mary. So, for example, when you're starting out, I would not expect you to have very many networks. You could be having networks, but you cannot compare yourself with someone who has 20 years or 25 years of experience. Definitely. So, at that stage, you find the skills and competence would set you apart, even if you don't have a lot. Yeah. But then again, you find that the higher you go, people want to know what is your track record and who can vouch for you. So they'll not just be looking at the qualifications. So how many CEOs positions are advertised? There are very few. So people are headhunted, and the headhunting is, they'll come to us as a consultancy firm and they'll tell us, talk to this person or get us the best person in the market. And the way you get to that person is through use of networks. So as you can see, both are important, but depending on where you are, one would be more applicable than the other. Yeah.
They complement each other.
They do in a very big way. Yeah.
How can a professional strike a balance between the two? What are some of the steps that perhaps job seekers can take to be able to strike a balance in developing their skills and also enhancing or cultivating their networks?
So number one, in terms of skills and competencies, is obviously to make sure that you're up to date with what is happening in your industry or profession. And this way you'll be able to, either because you are learning new skills or you're going back to school for the short courses. And as you know, here at Corporate Staffing, we offer some of those short courses. So that way you'll be able to remain informed of whatever is happening in your profession. In terms of networking, it's all about creating time. And I would tell you I would say it's only like 5% of professionals who are keen on really investing in their career in terms of establishing networks. So by the time you get to your second or third job, please make sure that you are creating and nurturing those relationships. For example, the people you've worked with here at Corporate Staffing, Mary, I don't know how often you keep in touch with them. You never know. This is probably someone who 3 years later will call you with an opportunity. Yeah, former bosses. Look at when you go to the training institution, the people you meet, the people you interact, you've come together, whether it's an online class or a physical class. So there are all these opportunities where we can be able to establish networks. People think networking is talking to politicians or CEOs. It's good to have them. There's no harm. But networks are the people you interact with them on a day-to-day basis. I'll surprise you, here at Corporate Staffing, the biggest account we've ever serviced came from a former employee. And this employee was not even a high-ranking or member of staff. She was just a junior member of staff. She did her job. She left corporate staffing services. 3 years later, she joins this organization. Obviously, she's progressed in her career. And she calls me. I hadn't even saved her number, I'll be honest. And, oh, hi, Pamina, she remember me? Yeah, I used to work in admin. She used to be in admin. And she tells me, okay, my boss is looking for a HR consultant. Can you imagine? That's the power of networks. Yeah, so whereas I was not networking with her directly, but you can see how networking can open doors. Yeah.
Very key. I think what's coming out strongly is the importance of striking a balance between the two, and also depending on the level in which you are in the position in your career.
Yeah. And before I know you want to conclude, people have a lot of time. So I tell people there's the 8 to 5 that you're giving to your employer, or 6 p.m. But think about what can you do what can you do in a given week for your career? Like go for that, meet people for coffee, you know, professionally, not people you go and just gossip and talk about babies or husbands or wives. Serious conversations. Look at former bosses, former colleagues, do a training. So don't just leave work at 6 p.m. or 7 and you go to your living room and all you do is Netflix. How then are you going to grow in your career?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much for those tips. I believe you have picked 1 or 2 things that can come in handy in your job search journey. In this channel, we purely discuss about job search strategies, and in the link below, you can be able to register your CV with us. When you click on the link below, we'll help you get more information about how to progress in your career, how to strategically position your skill set in your CV. And of course, we look forward to having you in the next video.